Hello and welcome to Drag News. I'm Courtney and I'm here to drag out the truth and help you drag yourself through the day. First off, we have some good news for you. And like most of our clothes and all of our phones, this news was made in China. Oh, Bianca Del Rio looks so young there. Anyway, it would seem that after 2 months of following strict COVID-19 protocols, quarantines and isolation practices, those Kardashian-like pandemic curves that we've all been terrified of can be flattened. In fact, China now has plans to lift some of the restrictions within the next 2 weeks. That is amazing news for everybody in China. Amazing news for all of us still working our way through the worst parts of this pandemic. It also goes to show you that you should probably take quarantine tips from doctors and scientists and not a man who repeatedly stared directly into a solar eclipse. I swear that man is as dumb as a box of hair. Now it's time to get physical. The internet is flush with flush-faced, glistening thirst traps teaching us how to work out at home. Because I know for some of you queens, a day without a gym selfie is like a day without oxygen. I've noticed a push-up challenge amongst many of the bros out there, and I couldn't help but join in. In fairness, this was the closest thing I had to activewear in my suitcase. But in more fairness, I do tend to get pretty active when I'm in that wear. Shout out to Ulysses, Miguel and Jenny L, who were all recent Postmates delivery people. They are not kidding around with that Postmates Unlimited membership. Whew. Now, some of you have taken your at-home workouts to new highs. And by that I mean, how fracking high do you have to be to do this? Our hospitals and EMTs are busy enough without your Shays-related emergency queen, so simmer down. Somebody will still love you if you skip chest day. I know that libraries are closed, but I'd like to open the library back up again. No, I'm not going to be reading anybody. I'll leave that to Twitter and basic cable shows. Instead, I thought I would bring you a few suggestions on what books to crack open while we crack down on the plague 2020. For those of you with kiddies, first of all, my sympathies. But even for those of you who might just read at a Willem level, might I suggest Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go. But maybe just Sharpie in a little amendment saying once we're allowed to go back outside again. Just, so it doesn't make them feel too much FOMO right now. For those looking for a great You're Not Allowed to Go to the Beach read, I suggest Full Service. It's a scandalous story of a man known as Hollywood's pimp during the heydays of the Hollywood studio system. It's got everything: gas station orgies, a lesbian Kate Hepburn, and more than a few scat artists. And I'm not talking about Ella Fitzgerald, people. And finally, I want to discuss with you something that's already been discussed with you so many times that you think there's nothing more you'd ever want to discuss. I'm not talking about drag makeup tutorials, I'm talking about washing your hands. Now wait, I know at this point, most of us have sung happy birthday to ourselves so many times that we feel as old as Lady Bunny. But here are 2 no delicious reasons why we keep telling you to wash your hands. Number 1, soap and water work so well because soap works well at breaking down fats and oils. And guess what the surface of virus molecules are covered with? Lipids, aka fat. So once the soap breaks down that fat-ass coronavirus outer layer, the virus spills its guts and can't infect any human cells. Take that, you fat-ass virus. Number 2, you really need to get in there. This isn't like putting vermouth in a martini. You really need to go to town on your hands like you've been going to town on yourself for the last 14 days. In fact, you should probably give that whole area a rest, just at least for the chafing. And take a look at this video to see how many areas most of us are actually missing when we do a quick wash. White gotta be black. I'm sure that plenty of you out there in the fetish community will recognize this level of hand prep, but are wondering, why is that Crisco so dark? Oh, it's like you touched Trixie Mattel's eyeliner for a second and now we can't get it off. Out, damn eyeliner, out! He's doing it all wrong. You can just buy them black. You don't have to paint them black. Well kids, that's all the news I could drag you through for now. I will be back soon with more helpful hints on how to survive the apocalypse. But for now, I'm going to leave you with this potent quotable. During World War II, Prime Minister and Hitler ass-kicking Winston Churchill said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." I'm Courtney and I encourage you to keep calm and wash your hands.